In tonight's stories, the body changes, the house fills, and the clown waits. A gym influencer's secret supplement turns men into something beyond human. A single hair becomes an endless thread, unraveling a man into nothing. And a father learns too late that the news was right. Never take your kids to the park at night. 3 tales of transformation, infection, and the hungers we choose to feed. Welcome to Nightmare Proof, where true horror comes alive. Here, you'll hear real stories of the strange, the disturbing, and the unexplainable. Turn down the lights, get comfortable, and prepare to face the darkness. Story 1. The pre-workout changed me. Look, I know how this sounds. I've read the comments under posts like this. Fake, creative writing exercise, whatever. I'm not here to convince you. I just need to get this down before I can't anymore. 3 months ago, this gym bro, Apex Titan, messaged me. He had like 2 million followers. I had maybe 4,000. Said he'd been watching my videos, saw something in me, wanted to send me his personal stack to document the results. Free supplements from a huge account? Obviously, I said yes. Then, every week, a black box appears on my doorstep. No label. Inside, 7 shaker bottles already filled with a thick, pink liquid. A handful of brown capsules. Some kind of cream in a jar. There was also a note card. Drink half a bottle before training. Rub the cream anywhere you want to grow. Film everything. The pre-workout was already mixed, which was weird, but whatever. It was dense, didn't slosh right. More like a protein shake, but thinner. First session, I drank half the bottle like the card said. The gym felt different within minutes. Everything was louder. I could hear the guy 3 treadmills over breathing. The weights felt like toys. I hit 315 on bench for 8 clean reps when my 1 rep max was 275. No spotter. The pump was fucking ridiculous. My skin felt vacuum sealed around the muscle. That mind-muscle connection everyone talks about. I could feel every individual fiber contracting. Posted a progress pic that night. Phone blew up. Gained 600 followers by morning. Comments full of natty or not and bros on that cell tech. Week 2, I wasn't sleeping much, didn't need to. 4 hours, and I'd wake up wired. Muscles twitching like I'd just slammed 400 milligrams of caffeine. The cream burned when I rubbed it on my delts and lats, but good burn, like icy hot except deeper. I swear I could feel things shifting under there. My man Marcus spotted me on squats. That Thursday, after my set, he goes, "Bro, you running something?" "What?" "No, just dialed in my macros finally. Your traps are sitting weird, and you're up like 15 pounds in 2 weeks. Creatine water weight." He looked at me for a second. "Your eyes look fucked up, man. You feeling okay?" "I'm fine. You gonna lift or what?" He didn't bring it up again, but I caught him staring a few times. But that night I looked closer in the mirror. My veins were really visible, which is normal when you're lean, except these were pulsing in patterns that didn't really match my heartbeat. Week 5, my eyes looked different. Bloodshot maybe, except not red, pink. And the shape was off, but I couldn't explain how. Photos didn't show it right. The mirror didn't either, not always. I tried to skip a day. Didn't drink from the bottle one morning just to see what would happen. By 10 a.m., my arms were itching so bad I wanted to claw them open. Not the skin, inside, like the muscle itself was trying to get out. No amount of stretching helped. I caved and drank the whole bottle. The itch stopped immediately. Got to the gym and demolished arms. 21 seconds on barbell curls with 95 pounds. My biceps felt like they were going to split the skin. Week 7, my chest started getting puffy. At first, I thought fuck, it's gyno, which happens when you mess with hormones. I'd seen it before. Guys who cycle without proper AI get bitch tits, but this wasn't. Soft tissue. When I pressed on my pecs, they felt full, dense, almost like they were swollen with fluid. Next day, I woke up and my nipples were wet, not sweat. This was thick, pink, and it smelled exactly like what was in the bottle. I touched it, and my fingers came away sticky. I squeezed my pec experimentally, and more came out, a steady drip, and the sensation was, fuck, I don't even know how to describe it. I stood there in front of the bathroom mirror, watching pink liquid bead up and run down my abs, licked my finger without thinking. My heart rate spiked immediately. I felt that familiar heat spread through my muscles. My body was making its own supply now. I texted Titan. He didn't respond for hours. When he finally did, it was just, "Good! You don't need the parcel anymore!" Last week I woke up and didn't recognize myself. I'm big but wrong. My shoulders are capped like I'm on a gram of tests. My arms hang weird. Lats flared out so wide, I can't put them flat against my sides anymore. I tried to film a check-in video, watched it back and deleted it. My voice sounded off, layered, and my face moved wrong, and when it smiled, I felt muscles moving that I didn't know I had, pulling my mouth into shapes that don't make sense. I think we're sharing this body. Or maybe it was always its body, and I'm just along for the ride now. The pre-workout tastes different now, thicker. The cream is almost gone. My skin is hot all the time. I keep filming. The comments say, goals and king and what's your stack, bro? Titan posted yesterday for the first time in months. He doesn't look human. His proportions are all wrong. Nobody in the comments seems to notice. He DM'd me. Welcome, brother. Now pass it on. Find someone hungry. Another box showed up in the morning. 7 empty shaker bottles inside. All waiting to be filled. I found a kid with 3K followers posting sad progress pics. 0 gain, asking for help. The box is packed. I addressed it this morning. Or something. Using my hands addressed it. Hard to tell anymore. I tried to throw the bottle away yesterday. My hand wouldn't let go. When I forced it, my fingers bent backward at the wrong joint, and I felt those rope things inside move them back into place like nothing happened. I'm shipping it tomorrow. The pump is everything. Update. Stop asking me for my secrete sauce. If Apex Titan messages you, block him. You won't though. Nobody does. We all want it too bad. Oh. And don't ask me about the cream. Story 2. I shouldn't have tried to pluck it. Now it won't stop. I shouldn't have tried to pluck it. Jesus Christ, I shouldn't have touched it at all. It sprouted from my left nipple like a lone antenna. Just one, thick and black and about 3 inches long, standing up like it had every right to be there. I laughed when I saw it. Everyone gets one now and then, right? A hormonal glitch, a cosmic joke. What the fuck else do you do? The tweezers were cold. My hand was steady. I thought about calling my sister Island, making a joke about getting old, about bodies doing weird shit. I thought about a lot of things that don't matter now. When I pulled, something gave inside me. Not like skin tearing, more like a thread being drawn through fabric, through meat. The hair came out slow, lactic, and alive. It kept coming. I'm not talking metaphorically. I mean, I pulled 6 inches of hair out of my fucking nipple and it was still going, still sliding out warm and wet, and I couldn't make myself let go because what the fuck? What the fuck? At first, I thought I'd lost my mind, but the hair didn't break, it just kept emerging. My knees hit the bathroom tiles. The hair pooled between my thighs, coiling like something alive, but my hand kept pulling, and it felt good, that's the thing. It felt like relief. Like popping and stubborn acne pimple. I called in sick, told them food poisoning. My voice sounded fine. That's what scared me most. By noon, the bathroom looked like a drain had vomited. Hair everywhere, slick and dark, and it was still coming out of me in one unbroken line. I tried wrapping it around the shower curtain rod just to keep it off the floor. I need you to understand. The scissors wouldn't cut it. I tried kitchen shears, box cutters. I tried biting through it and nearly choked when a piece touched the back of my throat. That night, I couldn't sleep because of the endless pulling sensation. Not painful exactly, insistent, like something in my chest was being slowly, carefully unraveled. I lay on my back and felt it moving inside me, through my lungs, between my ribs. The apartment filled up fast after that. I don't know how many days. 3, 5? Who knows? Time got weird. The hair had reached the kitchen, was wrapping around table legs, snaking into cupboards. It smelled like the inside of an animal's den. Like fever sweat and iron and something sweet rotten, like meat left out too long. My neighbors started knocking. I watched their shadows move under the door and said nothing. Mrs. Chen from downstairs was shouting about black mold coming through her ceiling. I wanted to tell her it wasn't mold. Last night I tried to find the end of it. Followed the original strand back through the apartment, through the nests and tangles and black masses piled in corners. I ended up back at the bathroom sink, and then in the mirror I saw. My nipple wasn't a nipple anymore. It was a hole, wide as a quarter, the edges puckered and glistening. I could see down into it, into myself, and there was no blood, no tissue, just hair. Just infinite coils of black hair descending into some vast internal space I never knew I had. I put my finger in. Something grabbed it. It tightened around my finger and pulled gently, welcomingly, and I understood then that it wanted me to go deeper, to reach in and find what was down there, what had been growing in the cathedral of my chest all this time. I heard the voice then, not words, a feeling that translated to words. Almost ready? Almost ready for what? Sometimes I hear Mrs. Chen screaming. Sometimes I hear sirens in the distance. But mostly, I hear the whispering friction of endless growth, the soft sliding sound of something vast unfurling itself through the needle hole of my body. My phone rang yesterday. I don't remember where I left it. The sound came from inside the mass somewhere, muffled, then stopped. Later, I found it braided into a thick rope of hair near the window. The screen was cracked, but still glowing. 47 missed calls. This morning I woke up and couldn't feel my legs. When I looked down, they were gone. Just gone. Not cut off, just unmade, unraveled into millions of keratin strands that spread across the floor and up the walls. I can still move them. I can feel the ceiling against what used to be my feet. My arms are going too. The fingers first. They're unwinding. I'm not scared anymore. I should be terrified, should be clawing at the door. But instead, I feel this huge, dark relief, like finally letting go after holding on too long. The voice is louder now. Ready? I don't know what happens next, but I can feel myself spreading, growing. Reaching through pipes and wires, through cracks in concrete, following power lines and water mains, finding other bodies, other holes, other places to emerge. If you find a hair growing somewhere wrong, somewhere lonely, don't touch it. Because it's not growing from you, it's growing through you. And the thing on the other end isn't trying to escape. It's trying to pull you down into itself. It's trying to make you part of the weaving. And God help me, God help me. I want to go. I want to go so bad. Story 3. Why I don't like going to the park at night. One day I heard news from the TV. It said, kids have gone missing at night when they go to the park. I got shocked and said I got 2 kids that like going to the park, but I don't know if they like going to the park at night. I asked my kids, do you like going to the park at night? They said is a secret, and I found it strange when they said secret. Then I said, shall we take you to the park at 1 p.m.? They said, yes, we want to go to the park. But I checked my phone, and it said on the news, don't take your kids to the park. Once they start going, they won't stop going. They might end up manipulating you to take them to the park at night. I think they are talking garbage. The news this won't happen, I think, is just some made-up news they make. And I think I would take them to the park at night. It would be good for them as well, and fun. Then 1 p.m. came and I said, kids, get ready, we are going to the park. Thank kids got excited and said, yes, we are ready to go. So we went to the park, and I saw something strange. When I went to the park, there was a tall figure dressed as a clown, and I was far next to the tree, and the clown was facing back to us. I couldn't see his front side, but the back. I found it strange. Maybe it could be a person who likes being a clown at the park. But then I looked again, there was no one there, so I let it slide. Then my kids first went to the swing and said we love the swing and they keep going around the nice rides of the park. Then I just sat and watched them play. Then I was on my phone playing games while they were having fun and I enjoyed it. Then it was time to go and I called my kids, there was no response. Then I screamed and called my kids, they came and said we had a nice time playing with the clown. Then I got shocked and dropped my phone. I looked panicked. It could not have been the clown that I saw before, could it? Then I got them going home as possible and I said to kids, remember, always be careful and be safe. Then kids said we are safe. That clown was friendly, not a bad person. Then I said okay, as long as they are friendly, the better. And then went home, and they said, what's for dinner? Steak and chips. And kids said, oh, my favorite. Then they had dinner. While kids was having dinner, they said, can we someday go to the park at night? I said, why is that? Kids said, because clown has a surprise for us. I got shocked and said, so the clown wants you to go to the park at night? Kids said, yes. I said, we'll see. Be good. We will see soon. Then kids went upstairs, brushed their teeth, and went to bed, and I cleaned the kitchen. And I heard a knock on the door. Then I went to the door and opened it. No one was there. Said, who could be pranking me? I said, it could not have been the clown doing this to me. I haven't seen his face yet. But then I went upstairs and my kids were talking strange, and I heard they were talking about the clown. And I said, who are you talking to, kids? Then there were no response. I got worried what might have happened to them. Kids seem a bit weird even since they came back from the park. And I heard strange laugh that didn't sound like my kids. It was so creepy. It was like I was in the dream, but I wasn't in the dream. So after I heard strange laugh, then I said, that's it, I'm coming in, kids. And I said, who was you talking to? The kids said the clown. I said, no, Kay, the clown cannot be here. They said, yes, there was the clown actually here talking to us. Then I said, go to sleep. If you want to go park again, go sleep. And they looked out of the window and wait outside. I said, who are you wawing at? They said the clown. Then I looked out of their bedroom window, no one was there, and I said, you kids are talking nonsense. No way the clown is here. Then I said, describe how the clown looked like. Kids said he looked like this. He was tall figure, and he had red hair, and he had white hands, and black boots. I got shocked, and said to myself, it was exactly who I could have saw in the park. I did see the red hair, and he was tall, and I don't know about the boots, because he was far off near the tree. But I asked my two kids, how did the face look like? They looked shocked and couldn't answer. And I said, why are you not answering how his face looked like? They said, we don't want to scare you. I said, I am not scared. I am an adult, so don't worry. I said, I am going bedroom, and I don't want to hear from you again. So I went to my bed and laid on my bed. Then after 20 minutes, I heard strange noises coming from downstairs, and I heard the same laugh again. And I said, who could that be? It can't be the kids, because they never walk downstairs at night. So then I went downstairs. I saw thing moved a bit that wasn't moved. When I left, the kitchen table was moved inside the living room. The fridge was moved other side of the kitchen, and my fruit was empty. I went shopping yesterday. How? Could it been eaten so fast I didn't even eat one? Then I got shocked. I saw a letter and it said, your kids like playing with me at park, and I did visit your kids at your house. And they better come at the park at night tomorrow, or I will never leave your kids alone in your house. I got shocked and said my kids were not messing with me. I should have believed them. And then my lights was going on and off on their own. I started to get scared. What if that clown is a monster or something? And my kids didn't describe his face. The next day, I told my kids we are going to the park at night because I believe you met the clown. Then we went shopping first and got those fruit that was missing in our houses. Then 6 hours later, the nighttime began. And we went home to get ready for the park, and my kids said we are going to the park at night. They said okay, and kids didn't say we are excited. I wonder why. Then we got ready to go. So we reached the park. But I didn't see anyone, so I went to sit while they are playing on the rides. And there was only 3 of us in the park at night, and it felt so quiet and scary at night at the park, and kids didn't seem like themselves. They seemed more quiet. Normally they are noisy, so I thought it's nighttime. Then I went on my phone to play while they were playing. So, After 10 minutes, I heard so noise from my kids, and I looked at all the pulp rides and there was no kids of mine. I got shocked and said, "Kids, where are you?" And I normally scream and that's what makes them come back. Then I screamed and said, "Where are you, kids?" And there were no response. I got scared and worried. Where could have they gone? Then I looked and searched everywhere. There were no sign of them anywhere. And I started to hear heaving, breathing behind me. Then I was telling myself not to turn around. But after 5 minutes, I turned around and I saw a clown. And this time, I screamed and I saw his face. He looked so ugly and he was so scary. His eyes was very dark and his hair was so curly and his mouth was so big and his mouth was big with big, sharp teeth and his hand had big nails and he was so tall. And I screamed and ran and got to my car and I didn't look back and I called the police and they said they are on their way. And 8 of police came. And I said I can't find my kids. And there was a clown in the park that was scary and he was after me. The police said, "We will search the park and find the clown who is after you. Give us good 20 minutes. We will see where they are." After 20 minutes, 8 police came back and said there was no sign of your 2 kids and a clown you was talking about. I got scared and police said, "Don't worry, we will try our best and come back to you." Then I went back lonely with no kids and I was upset and it was strange going home lonely. Then I went home and said to myself, I hope I get to see Mew kids again, but what if it's too late now? Then I went to my bedroom to have some rest, but I saw a letter under my pillow. It was from the clown again. It said, "Your kids are with me again. Beware. They don't look like their self anymore, and I want you to look at 2 of your own kids' bedroom window, and you will see us for the last time." I went to the bedroom of my kids to see out of their window and saw a same clown and 2 of my kids with him waving at me. 2 of my kids didn't look the same. They looked very pale and scary, and I was shocked, and I waved back at them, so they are not with me any more than I looked out of the window. Again, there was no one there. Then I said to myself, I can't believe I saw my said, and they look scary, and a scary clown has taken them away from me. And I should have believed the news, and this wouldn't have happened if I believed the news. The next day, I said I will move to a different city where my all family are, because I don't feel safe in this city. So I moved, and I went back to my family house, and I brought a new house there, and I heard nothing from a clown again, and feel safe again. Thank you for watching Nightmare Proof. If you enjoyed these stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to keep the nightmares alive. Have a story of your own? Send it in, and you may hear it here next time. Until then, sleep well, if you can.